All right, hello everyone. So today is the 13th, okay, Friday the 13th. Funny enough, this is where we're at. Now, remember, I said yesterday around 2:15, 2:30. In fact, we could have had 2:45 there as well, um, which is there. Okay, that's 2:15, that's 2:45 there, okay. So with that as well, the market just, as you can see, sold off. And I talked about this hour as well, like this was the hour, so 2:45. If you picked up on it, 2:15 to 2:45, you picked up on that, that's fine. You should have been just in there. And I said, if we come down here, we're also risking a bit of a breakout. Okay, so if you take a look at the hours and the comment I made yesterday, you would have also seen that I was expecting some breakout to happen. Okay. Um, Towards 6:05, all right, and that's your towards 6:05, the market breaking down, okay, and then it's got potential to go all the way into 950, and that's your like 950 there, as you can see. Okay, so the market broke down at that 6 o'clock zone and then went into the 8 o'clock and then the 950 right there. Okay, so the market bought afterwards, and that's how it is. So let's take a look at gold now, see what's going on. Let's take a look at the daily. And here we go. All right, so that's gold there. So the market nicely sold off here. Now remember, we said we're going to sweep this. The market really did sweep it, and then we should go back up, and that's going up. So if you bought when the market came down, remember I gave also this 1865 level yesterday, so we were pretty close to it. This is 1868. All right, so pretty close to it at the last astro hour of the day. Then market's going up. So this up move has potential to continue and go further up, and that's fine because we gave a level yesterday. 1893 is there, but I also put in, if I go into the 15, this 1893 there, and that's it. Okay, so we had this 76 yesterday. I can get rid of this now, as you can see, nice and easy. So remember, the day before we had the like in the beginning of the week we had that 50 zone, then we had the 76 zone, now we're like going up to the 93 zone. So step by step on every pullback, which matches the astro hours, going back up is like, that's the way to go. So what you can do today is also, if the market does pull back into the astro hours, you can go back up again. And these are the astros. Now I put the astros ages ago, like a few hours ago, onto the members area. So the video is coming a little later. But this is how it is. So from this zone, we should pull back a little bit. Now you got to be careful because towards 330, 445, we could have a push in the market. Okay. So, that basically this is 445 and this is 330. I don't know if we'll push down. Okay. But if the market does dip down, and then we'll have to check it out because Friday is not a swing day for gold. It was Wednesday, and as you can see, Thursday made slightly higher and came down. So what we can do for gold basically is just, if we're up here somewhere where we close the gap, check this gap out. If we're up here, okay, or if we're at a target, we can think about selling again. But this is a bit in the middle of nowhere. So if you want to buy, you got to come back down here to buy. And if you want to sell, this is not a bad sell zone, but there's a gap here. So we should go at least a little bit further higher before selling off. All right. And towards that 330, there could be a breakout. So let's say you sold. If the market breaks out, don't stand in front of it because that's like going to go. Okay. That's how it is. So I'm expecting some move to happen, but this is the important thing now. This is the place where we need to see how things will pan out. Okay, so it's a bit tricky today. just like yesterday as well. But yesterday I could tell that these hours were like better to trade. Okay, and today, um, this hour is okay to trade. This 10:50, all right, is okay to trade. But from 10:50 to there, it's a black box. Okay, so we can either come down here, like sizzle down, or it could like break out and go up. If it breaks out, okay, don't stand in front of it because there's a harsh aspect coming in. All right. SP 500. Let's take a look at this. Same kind of thing here, guys. Look, Astro hours yesterday. Astro hour, Astro hour, Astro. You see how it just worked out beautifully. Okay, so bang, 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 and then going up. So with the SP 500 as well. Remember, we're in this zone. This is a sell zone. I did talk about this bar as well. There's a possibility, but we should be selling here. I did say simply because the good buy kiss, we made the target. This was our zone to go short, and that's what the market did. Now, the support for today is LCL1, which is 4341. Okay, which is, let's put it there, 4341. Should be here somewhere. Okay, so this is the support today. If the market dips down here, it's an Astro hour, you may want to go up, okay, which is this line there. All right. If it doesn't come back down and it goes up, we want to be sellers again. Okay, remember we had these levels there. 4413 is a bit out there. Okay, but you never know what will happen. Like I said, until that 3:30, 4 o'clock, we might get a nice push in the market. So if we sizzle down a little bit, we could go up, or the market at Astro hours being this 10:15, 10:50. All right, I'd wait for the 10:50 part, okay, because the trigger is going to be our trigger planet, and 10:15 is going to be here. All right. So from here, selling off down is okay. But like I said, if it doesn't sell down, if it's mucking around here, cover the trade, okay, because we might have that push back up. If we have that push back up, so that's going to be your zone again, and 4413 is going to be a zone. Again, Friday's a swing day, okay, so we might just go back up and then push down. So it's a bit tricky, as you can see, because we're like, the levels are a bit far out here. So we'll have to be careful a little bit. I also did say yesterday you could, give it a rest and, wait till next week to trade. Not a problem. So this is euro dollar. Now, as you can see, it just had a whopping down fall. That's your Astro hour right at the top. Remember, I said this is 1.0641. This is weekly. And you don't want to, mess with the PST levels. Remember how I always say PST levels are really important. And, that's like weekly. So the market just whopped in exactly at that target there, which matches the Astro hour. So that was like, target 1.0641. Market makes it there. It's an Astro hour. It just slided down. It just kept pushing down until all the way to the last Astro hour. And I talked about a breakout, remember? And the market broke down. So now what? Well, we're going down, right? The first target of the day would be this 36, 1.0485. So 1.0485 is going to be a target down there. Okay, so if we make a move up, you want to sell off. Okay, 1.0485. Now, one little trick here. This is also a tricky situation because we had a sharp fall. Okay, the market might want to cover it and then sell it off. Okay, so we might need to go back up into this 1.06 zone here to sell off again. Okay, because this is where they sold off. So the market also getting some support here at 1050 may be the situation. All right, so be mindful on that one as well, because these gaps at least should close up a little bit. So if you take a look at the daily, it should also be obvious to you. We should get to the low of that, which is 47.34, which is not there, but 47.30, 1.05, maybe 50. What's that? 0581, 1.0581, and that matches 77. So that might go up into 1.0581 into here, okay, which is the equilibrium. All right, 1.0581. So we might find ourselves up here, and don't be surprised if we do, because this is where the equilibrium is, plus this is where a bit of gapping is, so it might just tick up a little bit and then sell off. All right, but on the daily, this is also a support level. If it breaks this level, then it's bye-bye. Then you can see we're just going down further. Okay, but this is not a surprise. Remember, I'm saying this is our target zone. We want to be coming down into this zone here. So as long as we want to be getting in there, you guys need to understand that this is where we're following this to. Let's see, what color do I have there? Maybe that one. Okay, there. Right here. Okay, so we've got this target zone, and selling towards that is still on the cards for us. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, Bitcoin. Right, Dow Jones. Now, Dow Jones was a swing day, remember? So market dips up and then nearly makes that target, which is fine. It's close enough. And then a big bang, bang, bang fall, as you can see. If you put these up here as well, they'll come up to your Astro hours too. So there we go. All right, so that'll be your Astro hour zone as well. Now, if you think about it, bad at all, going bang, 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 coming right in there. So what we want to do is get back into, where we need to get back into. So, where are we? Okay, that's 7:30 there. Okay, and this is your 5 o'clock, which is pretty much there. Okay, come on. All right, never mind. This is where it is. Now what? Now, okay, we're in the zone. Look, it sweeped the stop losses as well, so that's fine. Okay, today's new moon as well, so might want to go back again into just slightly higher. Okay, but then want to be selling off. The wicks have met here, maybe just a slight higher as well. If it does, we're still selling. Okay, so if we get back up here, this is not a bad spot to sell. You see how the market broke down here. So going into 33,796 is okay. There are no gaps here, maybe just a little bit here, but that wouldn't worry about that too much. At the end of the day, if we get up here, let me get rid of this. If the market is up here or up here again, okay, we want to be selling off. Okay, and that's just how it is. If you want, like I said, you can wait for next week to sell off. NASDAQ, same kind of thing, guys. As you can see, the market's around here and they just sell off from here. So selling from this zone was okay. If we go back up to cover this gap right in there, you can sell off again. So if we are back up in this zone, selling again, I think is the option. And I talked about this level, not much to talk about. 15,314. Look at that. 15,314. 15,314 right there. Okay, so pretty much on top of it, guys. All right, and that's where the market sold. Once again, what's this? 7:15. Well, this is your 7:30. All right, and as you can see, the market then came into that zone there. All right, so not a problema. That's 9 o'clock, and we had what, 10 o'clock. All right, so slightly above there. Okay, so the market just sizzled down into that target. Sorry, 8:45 to 9:50. 8:45 is this bar here, and this is your 9:50 there. All right, so the market really dipped down in between that time period. So not much to talk about. What we want to do is sell off again, but remember, this is what we've been waiting for. We're going up in order to sell off. So next week, if you want, you can just wait for next week. I don't work on Fridays, so you can wait to sell it off next week. Bitcoin, okay, not much happened on Bitcoin, sideways market as you can see, but setting the highs is always, I think, the better way to go. We made these targets again. Remember, I said these were targets on Wednesday, got there Thursday, retested. Now we're up here on the daily. You can see we're in this triangle zone. So you want to sell the upper end of that stuff. So if you want to get to this here, which is your HCL1 line, 27,160 is going to be your first spot. 27,160. Let me just move that there. It's going to be around there. Okay, so selling in this zone is also okay if the market gets up there. On the weekly, 56, 59 maybe, 28,321, 28,900 maybe 28,900, maybe back to 56, which is 28,320. So mark them in, okay, 28,320 and 28,900. So maybe it'll get into that zone. We don't know, right? But those are going to be sell levels for us. Okay, 28,300. Well, it's a bit too far out. That's a bit too far out. I'd go with this 27,161. There is like I said, a strong move towards New York opening. Okay, so if that happens, it could go both ways. So once your Astro hours, for example, here, this 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:50 could be a support zone. Okay, and from here the market may pick up. If it goes up, don't stand in front of it. Just let it get to that New York hour, 3:30, 4:45, and then see how they're, from there on you can go. So going back up again, I think is an opportunity to sell 27,600, and then the other spot would be here, which is a bit far out as well, which is again 28,400. So keep 28,400, 28,300 in mind, at the back of your mind, and we'll see how things pan out.